As promised, here is the deck tag for Armory Blue. My take on adding Primal to Armory. It's my second 150 card deck. Like I said, it's gonna be hard to justify that because people don't like singletons, people don't like large decks. I think mill is a real thing, and if you run a tutor package in a deck, it can be nice to have options. And if you run 3 factions, there will be so many cards that you could be interested in. So maybe I will make a 75 card version of this too, but this is my starting point and I'm gonna go as I see fit. So obviously I'm running a lot of relics. Attachments is what they call it. Let's start with the obvious relic weapons. I mean, what do you get from Primal? You get, Duelist Blade is an okay weapon. Yeah, Primal doesn't have many relic weapons. Let's focus on something else. One really great card is Larai the Appraiser, a really great Primal card for a relic or relic weapon deck, because first of all, they can't attack you with relic weapons, they can't activate relics, whatever, this is flavor text, right? And then you play her on turn 3 or on turn 5, you twist her and you draw a 5-cost relic weapon, so you can draw a Duelist Blade, you can draw, relic weapon, or just any relic. So relic weapon, spellcraft weapon, relic, the whole package. So you can get, these are my 5-cost options. Staff of Stories, card draw, nice if you have I'm not sure I'm gonna keep it because you want your relic weapon spot to be free, but it's an option, right? Hammer of Glory, probably the best choice for your 5-cost weapon. Ready. Pushed Rakano relic weapon. It can attack sides, you can silence stuff. It ignores Aegis. Probably my first choice. Then Hammer of Authority, also quite nice, much different. Your opponent can't play spells on your turn, so there will be no fast removal on your turn. Duelist Blade, like I said, if you need Face Aegis, there are so many ways to get Face Aegis. It's not a fate effect, so you will need to play it, but if you play it, you get Face Aegis, solid stats, right? And then the spicy ones, Gleaming Shield, it's a relic weapon, a spellcraft weapon. It can protect like Larai. Larai gets buffed she gets buffed to 8 toughness. She can then draw a 7-cost relic or relic weapon. And if you have enough power, you can play Mirror Image. And this brings me to another nice Primal card, Horde Plunderer. I have quite a few relic weapons in the deck. Spellcraft weapons, relic weapons, spellcraft, you name it. So if you have Horde Plunderer out, which is not a given, but if you do, you can then spellcraft Gleaming Shield on turn 5 on your Larai. And she will be, or on Horde Plunderer, and she will be mirror imaged and protected by Aegis and whatever. It's value, right? And it's just an option. You don't have to draw a Gleaming Shield. You have so many discard tools. So that's the 5-cost. Let's go to the 4-cost. Again, no significant relic weapons outside of Rakana colors. Heavy Artillery, great card. Not in every deck, because you need Valkyries. Warp is not always needed, but the Armory tends to be a pretty 1-for-1 deck, so you're happy just drawing a card off the Warp, and then you get the Rail Driver. Combine it with, where is it? Linux Molten Wing, one of my favorite cards. It's so much value. It used to be a lot more, but it's still very much value. Linux. Okay, anyway, this is Heavy Artillery, Runehammer. It's got 1 attack less, but it's got invulnerable to damage, so Runehammer for me is always a great choice. And you can play Larai on 3, a Twist on 4, leave Bubble Shield up, then Runehammer next, whatever, it's alright. It's a little more complicated than that, obviously, because you get the 5-cost weapon anyway. So then, once you go to the 4-cost relics or weapons, you can get Linrace Codex, very sweet card in this deck. Your units of single faction will have flying. You can draw cards for your flying, for your single faction units. And if you want, you can play Crystallize, right? Decent tech card, you don't have to pick it. You're gonna go for a relic weapon most of the time. Anyway, why do I like Relics and Relics Weapon. This is another awesome new card. Watchwing support. You play it, not warped, anything. You don't have to warp it. You just play it, and the next weapon or unit in your deck gets +2/+2. That's pretty decent. It's only one weapon or creature, but once it's out, every other relic or relic weapon or spellcraft weapon, anything, I think Permafrost too, I don't run that, but anything buffs the next thing. And then you play like a turn 3, you play a buffed Mage Breaker, like a 5/4 Mage Breaker, which buffs the next weapon. Then you have a 6/4 rune, I think 6/3 Rune Hammer, turn 4, whatever. It's just so much value. I love Watchwing support. I think I cut Rakano Artisan. Yeah, I did cut Rakano Artisan because do you really need Rakano Artisan if you have Watchwing support? And then do you need the other much inferior options? It's just such a great card. So let's go back to the Larai package. Turn 3, 3 cost relics, relic weapons, Treasury Gate. I like to run this as a one-off. It's never been that respected, but it gives +2/+2 if you have Watchwing support out. And then every time you play a relic weapon, and this is the core of the deck, the relic weapons, you get a Minotaur, which can be huge, right? It can be like a 7/3 Overwhelm on turn 4. Seems decent, right? So I run Treasury Gate, then another. First, again, the main allure of your 3 cost relic weapon is Mage Breaker. I love this card very much. I was running Sword of Vicaria for a very long time, but why would you run Sword of Vicaria when you can run Mage Breaker? Essentially, you're killing something, right, on turn 3, and then you have the option to play the unexpected results, like get rid of whatever, relic removal, like a Passage of Aeons, whatever. It's just so much value. You don't care about the Warcry very much. And if you have Horde Plunderer out, the spellcraft will be free, so it's pretty good value. Next, Throne Room, that's the last 3 cost relic. Throne Room, also very nice if you have a Horde Plunderer out, because you can play Savagery onto something, potentially trigger overwhelm attacks, and once you overwhelm something, you get an Aegis immediately, and at some point you get the Rocca and then Eilin. It's just a great card for a relic deck. Good, down to the 2 cost relics or relic weapons. Miner's Musket, it's an anti-aggro tool, easy inclusion for me, maybe 2, I don't know. Very great card. You ping something for 2, add a granite coin to ping something for 3, and then you reduce the cost of the top unit or relic of your deck by 2. And that's just so much value. You can get like a turn 3 5 cost thing, stuff like that. Miner's Musket, really great weapon. And then Watchwing support, we talked about that. Vanquish's Blade, very good card. You can use the +2/+2 sometimes. You care about cards leaving the enemy void. Again, Spellcraft Vanquish for free with Horde Plunderer. Yeah, it's a good card. Linebreaker's Shield, very different. Gives endurance, good anti-aggro card early on. Oh, I disconnected. Okay,